Good morning and welcome back to UnCut. So today I have a lot of information and issues that we can talk about. One issue, of course, you may have heard is the case of local transmission in Thailand. There was a case of local transmission in Krabi province. But rest assured, the authorities will continue to do their utmost to contain any spread of the local transmission. Hopefully Thailand will not be having a second wave like in other countries that other countries are experiencing at the moment. COVID was very challenging for the year 2020 for many countries around the world, and Thailand is no exception. But how did Thailand turn the tide on COVID? Many people have been evaluating the actions of Thailand, and I think no matter what the evaluation turns out to be, Thailand was quite successful when compared to other countries in controlling COVID. Of course, in the beginning of the year, in early January, when Thailand detected the first case of COVID outside China, the fear was very high and the predictions were still vague. Many public health officials diagnosed Thailand as a country poised for disaster. But that disaster never happened. And today, the World Health Organization and other global experts have praised Thailand for preventing COVID from becoming an epidemic since January until today, when we have fewer than 3,600 infections with 60 deaths so far. Of course, luck is always welcome, but Thailand's effective response is built on a more solid foundation. Thailand is reaping on the benefits of 40 years of a strong health system, as well as the work of the village health volunteers, which have been in place and building awareness in Thailand's provinces throughout the country for many, many decades. The public health system, cited by the UN as a model for developing countries, has been central in preventing the spread of COVID in Thailand. But of course, the kingdom's approach is even more holistic. We adopted a whole of society approach in which everyone from the upper echelons of village volunteers are playing an important part. In Thailand, we call this the Bang spirit, the fighting spirit that we have to stick together and we will become stronger. As you have heard, we had the first group of foreign tourists coming in the special tourist visa scheme. Hopefully, of course, in the future, there will be other nationalities, other countries included in this STV scheme. The criteria, as you know, is of course the low-risk countries, and that of course is being evaluated on a weekly basis. So hopefully that will be expanded in the near future. One other important issue for the past week is about the visa extension deadline. In the past months, you would have known that the Thai authorities have extended the visa renewal for foreign nationals 3 times already, 3 times since April 2020. The last extension of this had the deadline at the 31st of October 2020. And for those who would be submitting their documents after the deadline of 31st of October, you would have 90 days to submit this, of course, with the subject to fines and appropriate penalties. After 90 days, that would most certainly be a problem because those who violated this would be called overstayers and would be prosecuted after the 90-day window. Another important topic I'd like to talk about today is very, very interesting. It concerns about the potential of Thailand's communications, logistics, and travel. It's about the Bangsue Grand Station. Bangsue Grand Station is poised to open next year. It will be one of the biggest depots for travel, for train, for high-speed train in Thailand and in Asia. The Bangsue Grand Station project is in fact the next great leap in Thailand's transportation infrastructure. Because if you live in Bangkok, there's a slim chance that you would miss noticing the extravagant Bangsue Grand Station while driving on the Sirat Expressway. Its function is explicitly hinted from the exterior, and it has the New York's Grand Station-like vibe. In fact, in front of the station, there is a giant clock which has the number 9 in commemoration of King Rama IX. This station will be Thailand's next mega infrastructure project, which will not only help ease Bangkok's infamous traffic congestion, but also support the country's role as a regional transportation hub. It is positioned to strengthen Thailand's railway system and its connections with the regional transportation network, hence enhancing economic growth. This Grand Station is on its way to becoming another top attraction in Bangkok, a new landmark with an external design inspired by Hua Lamphong Station, but with a modern twist recognizable from miles away. This is in fact the new Hua Lamphong Station. If there is one word to describe the rationale of the project, it is mobility, because Thailand has ambitions to use the railway network project to transport passengers and goods more effectively and more economically, particularly to lower logistics costs, which stands at around 13.6% of GDP in 2018. Bangsue Grand Station is just one piece of the whole jigsaw puzzle. It is a major one. It will replace the Grand Dam Bangkok Station, or Hua Lamphong Station, as the capital's railway hub to a much larger capacity and seamless connectivity to match Thailand's regional ambitions. So besides intercity trains, it will also serve underground, commuter, and high-speed trains that link Suvarnabhumi, Donmueang, and Utapao international airports. The 220-kilometer train route between Donmueang in Bangkok and Utapao in Rayong province could be traveled in under less than 1 hour, ready to transport Bangkokians to hit the Rayong beach in only a heartbeat. To date, the external construction of the station has been completed, and only internal construction and minor adjustments are required for the station to be fully functional by 2020. Once the high-speed railway to Utapao is completed, it will also facilitate travel between Bangkok and the Eastern Economic Corridor, or EEC, which is a flagship project of the Thai government to promote higher valued investments of upgraded industries that are more high-tech oriented. It will also complement Thailand's prominent tourism industry, as well as contribute to urbanization and the decentralization of cities, expanding economic opportunities beyond city walls. So, people living in surrounding areas of Bangkok, be you Thai nationals, the foreign community, and expats, the next generation of rail services will enable all of you to skip the traffic and hop on the red line of commuter trains. There are two routes in the red line, the north-south dark red line, as well as the light red line. And for those looking forward to hopping on the first high-speed train, the journey also starts at Bangsue Grand Station, as the station that will offer a platform for extended high-speed railway projects in the upcoming decades. So Bangsue Grand Station and Thailand's railway network will enhance ASEAN intra-regional connectivity and could, in the foreseeable future, be linked to China's Belt and Road Initiative, or BRI, or other prospective bilateral and multilateral logistical projects. The plan for the station is not limited only to trains and tracks. Inspired by the success of Japan in urban development based on railway, Thailand hopes to promote Bangsue as a catalyst for developing a new central business district around the station. The State Railway of Thailand plans to adopt the model into the surrounding area to draw more investment in business complexes and more residential units. This infrastructural elevation will undoubtedly generate a new stream of jobs and income for the local economy. At the same time, the infamous Bangkok traffic snarl will hopefully ease as a result of a more efficient commuting network, subsequently decreasing the number of city dwellers as they spread out to reside in outside city areas. And finally, completion of this mega project is timely, as Thailand and the world is facing the pandemic. Mass employment and business opportunities both domestically and regionally in ASEAN could offer a chance for people and the economy to finally pick up and get back on track. This is all I have for today. Thank you for watching, and this is UnCut.